Hey guys, today I got something in the mail. We got a package. Want to find out what it is? Stay tuned. So I came home today after running around and trying to get ready to shoot one of my new episodes, and I see a little box on the patio here. So let's pop this thing open and see what we got. Pretty sure I know what it is, but I want you guys to be here for the unboxing and see the newest toy. We gotta do all this stuff. Oh yeah. Exactly what I thought it was. My new Yaesu FT-3DR. Let's get that out and take a look. All right, so opening up the box here. This is a dual band handheld radio. So it'll do 2 meter and 70 centimeter, or as we know, 144 and 430 megahertz. This is one of the top rated from all the people that have one of these. They really enjoy them and think they're fantastic radios. I had to go get one and try it out and see what we got. So I went and bought one. Actually, I bought it like a day and a half ago, and they got it down here pretty quick. So there's your instruction manual. All right, so what else we got here? We got obviously the radio. We'll get that out of the package. Looks good. We get to take off. Let you hear the. There we go. Got that off of there. Fantastic. So yeah, there's the radio. I'll put that aside. Looks like we got a battery pack. And that is a 2200 milliamp. Let's see if my camera will focus on here. 2200 milliamp hour battery. Pretty good. Shows some pretty good time. And this radio is supposed to also have really good. It really conserves energy in a better way, so you have a longer time to play with it and stuff. Looks like a USB cable. And a European charge adapter, if I ever decide to go to Europe. And a regular charge adapter. Really thought this thing was going to come with a cradle. I like some of my other radio, my other HT has a cradle with it. I guess this thing will just jack right into the back of the radio there and charge up. So that's pretty cool. Got that. Of course, we got our belt clip. And we have our antenna. So there you have it. That is the Yaesu FT3DR, or FT3D, I guess. Okay, FT3D. Handheld, handy-talkie. So let's switch back over to my desktop here, and we'll start and take a closer look at it. Go ahead and get this thing. I'm not sure how much of a charge is going to have on it, but we'll give it a shot here. And I believe it should just... Okay, so this pops in on the bottom and then snaps in. Really cool. Really cool. It looks like the battery clip, or the belt clip, will actually attach to the battery. Not entirely thrilled about that, but, you know, if this thing conserves energy as well, or utilizes energy as well as it says it does, we should be okay. The antenna on this, get this open real quick, is an SMA type connector. So SMA female on this side, SMA male on this side. And the way you can tell, there's a little hole inside of there. So that indicates a female. So if you buy antennas for this, you'd get SMA male antennas. Or if you're smart, because I heard from another guy, is another channel I follow, a guy named Josh over at Ham Radio Crash Course. Excellent channel he's got going on there. And he suggested, because the SMA connectors have a limited life, he says. There's only so many times you can screw and unscrew things, and these things will start to degrade and deteriorate. So to get past that, he suggests picking up these little adapters. And this is an SMA to a BNC adapter. So that would just screw on. I don't have a BNC antenna yet. That'll be coming next. But you put that in there, and you just hook on a BNC antenna, or an antenna with a BNC adapter on it, and you're good to go. But for purposes of this video, and since I don't really have the antenna yet, so you know what? I want to try something different. We're going to rub the Magic Radio, because I really want a BNC antenna. The SMA is cool, but I really need a BNC antenna. So let's rub the Magic Radio. I wish I had a BNC antenna. I wish I had a BNC antenna. That actually worked. Look at there. One BNC antenna. So let's get this open real quick. Thank you, Magic Radio. And since we have our BNC connector we talked about, I want to get that stuck on here. So I'm going to open this up real quick. Get that antenna out of there. Look at that. And that is the Diamond RH77CA. It's a really cool antenna. I've got one on my other HTs. Really cool little radio. So now with this on here, let's grab that BNC connector that I was howling about for so long, that I've now lost for some reason. It's got to be here some... Oh, there it is. Okay. So, sorry about that. So, like I said, Josh over at Ham Radio Crash Course says one of the first upgrades you should do with your new radio, if you have an SMA type connector, is get one of these little BNCs. So let's get that on there. Nice and easy. And now, take our BNC and look at that. We are ready to roll. So let's move on now to the features for this radio. All right, so let's take a look at this radio. Get a little closer look at it. Like I said, this radio runs about $379, or what does run $379, and that's expensive for a handheld. But this is also one of those top of the line type of radios. So you're not buying junk here. This is a good radio, and it has a lot of features packed into it. You know, this is a dual band radio, has wideband receive on it. It can act as a dual receiver and allow you to listen to two different frequencies at a time. And then by touching one of the frequencies, you can actually transmit on that particular frequency and vice versa. You can also listen to it, like have one channel set on a repeater and have the second channel set up on APRS on the B channel if you want to do APRS stuff, APRS work. It does have, let me pop back over to my desktop so you can see this. It does have built-in GPS. So that's a fantastic feature that'll help. And the GPS works with the APRS when you're working APRS. So it's really kind of cool. What else? The touchscreen. I didn't know this till recently. The touchscreen can actually be used with gloves on, and it's nice full color touchscreen. The Bluetooth feature on this radio will it'll connect to your car, or you can sync it to earbuds, and you can sync it to your car if your car has that type of stereo in it, and it syncs flawlessly. The sound is great out of it. So that's a cool feature. And this is a really good, if you're doing a lot of outdoor work, or you're going to be hiking in the woods, something like that, or hiking up the mountains, this is a great little radio to have on you for that. It's gonna serve you well. It does do Wires X and System Fusion. So if you're into that, that's a really cool feature to have on here. And you know, like I said, my big thing is I like the APRS. I've been having a lot of fun with APRS in my truck with my 400 XDR, which is also a Yaesu mobile unit. So let's go pop back over to the desktop. I want to let the radio speak for itself, but you know, it's got a lot of really cool features built in, and I keep saying that because it's just there's so much stuff you can do with it. With the SD card, that you pop the SD card into the side of it, and I show you that here. On the little side piece, you can pop up, you can put an SD card right in there, and there's your data cable to connect it to your computer. But you're able to record conversations on this, so it has that ability. And if you program the SD card with the software, you have to go, got to purchase the software separately, or use one of the other available softwares that's compatible with the radio. You can actually pre-program all your channels in, pop this little thing in there, and always have that. So if something ever happened to your radio, you had to reset it or something like that, you always have a backup on that SD card. Great feature to have. The mobile unit that I have also has that same feature in it. Really, really cool, really nice to have, and relatively easy to use. And by the way, all the links to everything I'm talking about, the antenna, the BNC to SMA connector, and the radio itself, all the links will be down in the bottom of the screen, or below the video here in the description. So if you want to go check these things out, like I said, I get a lot of my stuff from HRO up in Plano. My guy Larry up there, man, he's this awesome guy to talk to. He really helps me out with a lot of the purchases and deciding on what to get. I do not like to buy junk. If I'm going to buy something, I'm going to spend my hard-earned money on something. I'm going to get the best bang for the buck. So, my very first radio, I had a choice of going after some of the lower end, some of the more common radios that people get. I'm not ripping on those radios. I've got a friend of mine who's got a Baofeng. I tried it out the other day. I was actually impressed with the sound that came out of it. But is it a really rugged radio? Not so much. The ones I'm going with were a lot more rugged, and I liked them. And it was a little bit about a $40, $50 upgrade on the price versus the Baofengs that are out there. But this one, just the feel, it's smaller, but it fits in your hand. The tactile feel of the buttons and everything on here is really nice placement on that. I really enjoy this radio. I mean, I can't wait to start using it more and more. I'm going to spend a lot of time figuring out the features that are on it and actually implementing those. Anyway, let's get back here to the frequencies and stuff. You have a lot of bands and frequencies open. A lot of this stuff is going to be just receive only on these bands. And then down, you'll be able to transmit on 144 to 148 and 430 to 450, hence the dual band radio feature. Like I said, it does Wires X. It does System Fusion. If you're familiar with the Yaesu System Fusion, if you're not, look it up. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot bad I can say about this radio. There are previous versions, the FT3DR, I believe, and there's one before that. They're good radios, but a lot of people complained because they didn't have a color screen and didn't have all this extra stuff. And now Yaesu, I guess, listened and put all these features in there. I'm done on this page here. Let's go back to this. Sorry about the flipping back and forth thing, guys. The only thing you will have an issue with, if you don't get this BNC connector, putting on some of the fatter antennas that they make for these radios, you're going to have a hard time getting it down because this thing, the GPS sticks up above the area where the antenna goes. Not really a great engineering design, but you can work around it. And the way to work around it is get that little BNC adapter. I really like this radio, guys. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line radio, this would probably be the one that I'd get. And I know I am partial to Yaesu because I've got a couple other Yaesu products. But you know what? The build quality is great. It feels good in your hand. It feels like it's masterfully made. And it just, I don't know. I really like this radio. Even the belt clip. I went ahead and attached the belt clip when I was charging up the other day before I continued this video. And that came out pretty good. But this is a fantastic radio, guys. I mean, I'd say if you can afford it, grab one or grab two. In case you're not aware about the fire that happened over in Asia last year, there was a fire that destroyed one of the major semiconductor plants over in Asia, where a lot of semiconductors that are made for these radios are produced and manufactured, and it's gone. So that might have an effect in the near future, especially with a lot of people getting into ham radio right now. That might have some kind of an effect on your ability to get some of these radios. You might be waiting a little longer to get one. Might not be able to get one for quite a while. So get into ham radio, get your radios, and, start buying them now. Even without a license, it's legal for you to own a radio. You can listen all you want. There's nothing wrong with listening. You cannot hit that transmit button without the license. And I talked about the licensing in my previous video the other day. So with that, guys, I hope that this helped out a little bit. If you're looking for more in-depth videos on the actual functions of this radio, there's plenty of other YouTube videos out there. But, you know, I think right now I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas on certain things that radio brands that I trust and certain radios that I trust. And this one's really impressed me so far. I've only had it for a couple of days now, and I'm pretty blown away by what it does. So until then, guys, this is KI5NPL, ham radio for non-techies. Have a great day.